Hey there, everybody. Onurubu here. Continuing on with the 999.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
I'm starting this recording right after the end of the other one. I'm just saving my game just so I don't lose my progress. So, a lot to consider. Also, I'm sorry if I didn't talk much in the last episode. There was just, look, when there's exposition, what I usually do is I just take it in and I just slowly let it build up in my mind. And there was a lot of exposition, there was a lot of new plot points, there's a lot of things to consider, so I wasn't providing that much commentary, so I'm sorry if that was a bit of a boring watch, but let's go.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right. Let's hurry.
They ran across the hallway.
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
Straight for the large metal door. Next to the door is the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
Stood the key card to the door and the door rumbled
All
open.
right, it's open. Let's go.
Out of the whole library and into the hallway they ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key card as he ran towards it. Pull out the key as he ran towards it.
Let's see if you work.
Turned it. And it
Yes!
worked,
Oh,
surprisingly.
I think it unlocked.
To everyone's surprise. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved it open and poured through it, like the water chasing them. In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque. Incinerator.
Incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door. Yeah, right here.
Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open. Got it.
As he spoke, he pulled the lever. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to waste. As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit all four dashed through. And then we got locked in the incinerator again. Suddenly, there before them was the four who they'd parted from earlier. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was cold in the ball against the wall of the incinerator holding his stomach. And there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted.
What the hell is going on?
Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Her face was pale and her lips dry. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here.
She mumbled the same words over and over, weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
He was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well. She was looking.
Santa.
Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him.
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Gentaru. Oh, and whatever this guy's fucking name. Oh god, this shit again.
Ace.
He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm and she was shaking visibly. Dude, what else can we do for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more fucking... What else is there to do for 5 more novel sections? Like, what else is there to do? The fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. She didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and when her eyes went flickering up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed to desperately want to say something.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaru Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Ace
You
sneered.
have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you.
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my
What
pain?
the fuck are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? Oh, I suffered, lol. They ruined my experiment. No, you're the one that's kidnapping kids, and you're the one that made them think that you killed them. Like they killed the siblings. You're the fucking ass.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Junpei's voice was casual, or at least it was trying to be.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
I don't know.
Good question.
Junpei couldn't say, he just knew. Another unexplainable mystery. All for genetic bullshit.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go.
Behind Ace, Junpei could see the red. It was placed in a small indentation on the wall. Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner.
First is 1. Give me your hand.
It beeped, and he forced Lotus's hand onto it.
8.
As
And with this,
he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well. Then at last, he reached into the pocket of his jacket. He pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The 9 bracelet. The third asterisk appeared on the
9.
red. The thing he used for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
Maybe now let's see if it actually was a 9 or a 6.
I believe I've won this game.
The smirk made Junpei's blood boil.
I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Junpei's eyes flicked towards Santa. He hadn't moved since they'd entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain. Junpei wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either. Did he get shot or something?
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request and laid hold of the lever on the red. Let's see if it works. The sickening sense of finality, he pulled it. Does it work? Huh? Unlugs, bro.
What? Why isn't it opening?
Unlugs.
One more time.
Lotus tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp, but... At the last second, he grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it onto
Now
the red.
open!
Waved the number 9 bracelet over the red, and then his own bracelet as well. That's a 6, my dude. Pull the lever a second time.
No! What is this? Why? That digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all other thoughts. He set down the revolver. Ah! It was just below the red.
Now!
Seven chose that moment to act. He moved far faster than a man of his bulk should have been able to and launched the butt bolt straight at Ace.
Ah!
It was over before they knew it. In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor. He rolled onto his side, groaning in pain.
Ugh.
Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted around behind him and stuck her head out, making sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it.
Seven stood over Ace, his breathing slow and heavy.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit.
Punch him again.
After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
No, just punch him one more time, bro.
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be... Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Dumbass.
Oh.
Ace planted his hands on the floor and shook his head. Junpei walked towards him. He stopped and looked down at Ace with pity on his face.
You killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
When did he kill Musashido?
Wait, Nijisaki?
He peered at Junpei, genuinely
Oh,
confused.
right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1.
Dude, I like this a lot. I actually like this a lot. He's doing the same thing Ace did, but in the other ending.
In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root. Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its
This is
power.
exactly what Ace did in the other ending. I love it so much. It's set the same way as well as said and done in the same
In
order.
fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank?
Then how did he open the 3 door? So 1 plus 2 plus 9, that's 3, as it should be. But he had 1, 2, 6. It's 9.
You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds,
You thought he was Snake.
you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
Nice.
How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed.
81
And then
seconds.
81 seconds passed.
And he died.
And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Then you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
It's right here, bro.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead.
Kick him.
Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you
Kick him.
very much.
Kick him once for me. Just for me.
I wouldn't blame you.
Ace's self-derision was frustrating. But Junpei kept his emotions in check and continued.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill
So
him.
you killed him right then and there?
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
And Santa's gonna be like, ha!
But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace.
That was the only thing Junpei hadn't been able to figure out.
Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
Slowly, Ace reached down and pulled something out of his pocket. It was a folded piece
What's
of
with the
paper.
paper?
Just read it.
Junpei took it and opened
Let's
it.
see.
This was what it said.
Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please, Zero.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace had confessed everything. What energy he had left him with the truth, and he sagged on his knees. Although he had confessed, his sins were not forgiven. Junpei felt revulsion for the pathetic man on the floor near his feet. But in among the revulsion was a hint of pity. After all, Ace had not been the only person who had murdered those 3 men. Junpei spoke quietly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet. In many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right?
Santa?
Santa?
Oh! Junpei looked over at Santa. As Junpei spoke, he stood up, his legs still shaky.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Aren't you
I don't
Zero?
know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh?
Seven's face was sad as he
My
spoke.
memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, The person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero.
I'm not Zero, you dipshit.
And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Santa's smile was sarcastic and something else.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me.
I'm Zero.
I'm Aoi Kurishiki.
Not admitting to being Zero.
I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's two things you got wrong.
I'm not Zero.
Number one, I ain't Zero.
Akane is Zero?
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Akane Kurashiki.
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it.
What's
Revenge
that?
isn't the only purpose.
What
There's
is?
another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister.
Akane.
To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about?
June.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Suddenly, Seven froze. His eyes went as wide as dinner plates and he spun around toward June. Junpei followed his gaze.
What?
She was gone. Where had June been? Where June had been, there was nothing.
Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
Seven began to mumble to himself, a strange series of words strung together as if his mind wasn't functioning properly. His face was twisted with effort as though he was struggling with something they couldn't see. He gritted his teeth and pressed his hands against the sides of his head.
Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop!
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
From somewhere far away, they all heard a deep, heavy noise. It sounded like a tremendous wheel slowly beginning to turn. Santa seemed to have entered an almost trance-like state. His words were calm and measured.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
Incinerator.
And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information?
Give me a second, Santa. Okay, cool. I just forgot to time this recording.
That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Then why were you and Akane in the same place?
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo?
Wasn't. What, have we been going through the same loop like 12 times or something?
And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I can't guess.
Well, that's...
The answer to that is easy. Knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. Who the fuck is this? It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside down Y. But who the fuck are you? The river flows from the top to bottom from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river. Even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the ninth letter of the alphabet. But I am also zero. No, that's not true. I'm not really zero. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than zero. Zero is my future. In 9 years, I will be zero. Where did she go? June. Why can't I go back to novel screen? No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Wise Clover. Oh shit.
Freeze.
Sanders got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace. Though... wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take the gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks strained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? Doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any number of doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone, he seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
And the incinerator's gonna kick on.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
The incinerator's gonna turn on right now.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are?
In the incinerator.
There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've gotta do something. Maybe we can still go through door 9. There's the red. Vacant. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. I mean, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping out pages like that, jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. You have to leave Lotus behind.
What?
And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected a bit about that about it. Looks like she expected that amount about as much as I did. Use your words carefully. Read properly.
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Dad?
It's like the cop I'm playing in Disco Elysium. You guys should check that game out if you want to, by the way. I don't know when this video is gonna go up. My videos don't really go up on schedule, but it's a fairly recent game when I'm from the time period I'm sitting in. Pretty good, he plays a cop.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Hey, act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however,
However,
I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Why?
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
oh yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Niks gebeur. Anders.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way now we could go to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. What we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. Yes, this is it. This is the end. Kane. Ah! Oh. 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 Mm. Oh. That was effective. That gave me a strong tingle through my body. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. Thinking what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind and my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set we were resonant and we were as one. I was him and at the same time I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off and the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one. Inside of Junpei. Somehow I find myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it became difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus. This is very ironic that this line comes up when this bug is flying around my head. Get the fuck away from me! Because I can't concentrate on what I'm trying to do because this bug is annoying me. Well, it's not a bug actually, that's a beetle. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Is this Lotus's kid? Looks like it. Looks like that one's Lotus's child. That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I wanna go home, she cried. I wanna go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the Onurubu game began. It was starting to fall apart. Just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down and he would gather around them.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Aww. As he spoke, he pulled... So Clover's legal. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. His hand were full... Get the fuck off! Yeah, this fucking bug is ruining this emotional moment. In his hand were full... Yo, get the fuck, bro. I'll slap the shit out of you. I don't want to. Because I like you. In his... Oh god. In his hand were 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover.
This is so sweet.
For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
And with that, we'll get some luck.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us, and I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran through the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic, and as if things had gotten bad enough already.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi smiled hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
A plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. It was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite was a door with... On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the ones who had gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had it dropped as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to, but I knew I couldn't tell the others. Though it stopped me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back toward the stairs and freed it... Unlux! The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
The smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, and then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
She was the number 5. There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. Pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flayed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him, Seven and Snake. He cried my name again as he...
You came back!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo. But then,
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood there between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of the metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object near there. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? Made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I was nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... Two doors slid shut as well. Faintly I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door, a worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was clenched, was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. Where the hell did I see the word clenched? My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do?
Where's Fungal?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Junpei vision.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit, man, I knew what it was gonna say, but this is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and...
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
It's fine. You were involved in it too, what you don't know right
I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn! What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing!
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
now. He was here.
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. Floor, it's moving. What else can I say about it?
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? Floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kinda did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is the reflection of my own face. I'm looking kinda freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kinda drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Ugh, man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Let the computer girl do this on her own. Hey, we're all tense here, but doesn't mean you get to shove people
Okay,
around.
it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh, God. Oh, well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, the puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
I'm just gonna save my game real quick. Yeah, just... Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it, but somehow, I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle. on that machine.
Oh, fuck this guy. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot
You're
tears.
a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
Dude, is that there's one character trope I fucking hate, it's fucking smug assholes.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty.
Dude, I fucking hate smug. There's one easy way to get me to hate a fucking character and just make them fucking smug as hell. Oh, fuck you, dude.
You see? I've even left you a way out.
Sorry if I'm swearing too much, but fuck this guy.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
5. I looked down at my left hand. Based on my bracelet showed a 5. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red, put my hand against the scanner panel. Dude, didn't you fucking hear him?
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
This is like the rare occasion in which I agree with fucking Hongo. Solve the fucking puzzle! I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
Oh, that's a good
Now
line.
start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
That's a good line.
I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I gonna do? I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot, so hot, I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. Seek a way out, huh? I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me, at least I had that. Held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane!
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Otis don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe she's over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
Spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right
Jumpy!
there. I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
That's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that you knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Onurubu game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought... Dude, this is fucking yo, dude. I made this joke like a couple... I made this joke in this Let's Play, I think. Unless I made it somewhere else, like a couple episodes ago. This is all the self-fucking-fulfilling Greek prophecy shit. Because Junpei saved Akane all those years ago in the future, Santa had to make sure to do this again so that Akane could be saved. Dude, this is fucking weird fucking time travel, but not time travel shit. I love it. They had to do things in the future so that they could make sure the past happened. What? I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. There's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Jumpy!
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Snake talking to them or about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. Got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out. Starting at it isn't gonna accomplish... Staring at it isn't gonna accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Yes. Seek a way out. Is this the digital? So the numbers, the blue numbers, are the digital roots of the yellow numbers around them. Yeah, it's a digital root. So 1 plus 15 equals 16, which has a digital root of 7. Huh? I thought this added the... I thought... Eight plus 16 equals 20... Okay, no, I got this wrong. I got this wrong. I don't know what this is now. It's a digital root. Digital root, yes, I got it. No, okay, I understand now. I understand. It's all 4 adjacent squares, yo. Don't be fucking dumb. Don't be dumb. I was being dumb. W is the W, X, Y, Z. Z is 26. Y is 25. X is 24. W is the 23rd letter. So 23rd. So W, so 23 plus 1 is 24. 24 plus 3 is 27. Yeah, that's 9. Okay, cool. I think we need to get them all to be 9. I'm gonna try that. Yes, I know this. Dude, I know how to do it. Which one are you fucking talking about, bro? Oh, there's numbers here? Okay, let me try and make them all 9. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 7 is 9. Plus 8 is 11. Plus 6. 11 plus 6, so change this with a 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 5 is 6. And, okay, let me just quickly... I don't feel like keep having to go through this in my mind. Alphabet numbers on Google. No, please, okay, I'm going through Google Images. I just want something that gives me the number of alphabets. Please. Number, rank of alphabet. Oh my god. Just get you. No, fuck it. I'm just gonna make a pen and paper list myself. Be back in a bit. Okay, so I made my own list. I made my own list of A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, all the way to Z. So I just did that so I don't need to keep trying to work it out. I think we need to get all of these to be 9, because the word I, that kept coming up. I think so I need to get it to be 9. So that's what I'm going for right now. 1 plus 6 equals... 7. 7 plus 19. 7 plus 19 equals 26, which is 26. 2 plus 6, which is 8. So replace the D with A. 4. Plus 5 equals 6. That changes. Can't be a 7. Did I solve it? They're all 9. Plus 3. Change this. I mean, I made them all 9. Oh, fucking hell, dude. There we go, password. Oh, oof. No. Plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8.
Yes, that's it! Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did!
Oh, that was a satisfying puzzle to do! That was... well, I felt really satisfied after solving that. Yikes.
Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
Can't quite believe I did that, but I am glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Oh, I don't have time to think about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Well, 7, I noticed, don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Shut it!
Right, okay, maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. What if I press the enter key? So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
Unlux.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers. I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't it stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. No, it's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. We just have to put the right number into the red end.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they just can... Just trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just
Quick,
go.
Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions?
Is that a
Just do it!
Is that a fucking Q? Is that a Q? Because Q is 17 and 17 is 8. Oh my, if that's a Q, I'm gonna be pissed. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, 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 time to happy. Time to be happy, time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it! Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down, Ned. You're not done. You still gotta find the dead. Oof. Oh, that was fucking intense. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. June is 0. And June, back 9 years ago, was saved from Junpei 9 years in the future, solving the puzzle for her, who transmitted the solution back to June. So she solved it. So then when she got out, she had to make sure that she had to recreate this Nonary game 9 years later so that she could make Junpei solve the puzzle again for her so that she could solve it so that she could fucking solve it in the past. Well done, well fucking done, dude. I did not see that fucking coming at all. That literally is not any sort of plot point I expected to see at all in this fucking game. Well done. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode, which I am expecting to be the last one. For now, bye. I'm just good. I'm done. Like, this game has freaking beat me and tossed me to the side. I'm done.